हेलो एवरीवन, I'm राशा हैक्स और आज की इस वीडियो में हम लोग बात करेंगे बॉब सूट के बारे में, स्पेसिफिकली रिपीटर के बारे में। पिछले वीडियोस में हम लोगों ने बात किया था प्रॉक्सी के बारे में, ट्रैफिक कैसे इंटरसेप्ट कर रहा है और प्रॉक्सी को कैसे सेट करना है, प्रॉक्सी एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स।
अपने बालों के साथ खेलना बंद करो और शुरू करते हैं बिना किसी बकचोदी के।
जी हमने यहाँ पर अपना बॉब सूट ऑन कर लिया एंड लेट मी ऑल्सो टर्न ऑन द ब्राउजर। सो यहाँ पर अब हमारा ये ब्राउजर भी ओपन हो गया। सो प्रीवियसली हम लोगों ने इसको फॉक्सी प्रॉक्सी के थ्रू बॉबसूट 2080 पे सेट किया था। सो इट इज करेंटली सेट ऑन बॉबसूट 2080 द प्रॉक्सी सेटिंग्स इन द ब्राउजर। वो पोर्ट 8080 पर सेट है फॉर लोकल होस्ट, राइट। अभी हम जाते हैं बॉबसूट के अंदर और एक टेम्पररी प्रोजेक्ट ऑन कर लेते हैं एंड लेट्स टेक द सेटिंग्स इन द बॉबसूट, राइट, कि वहां पर क्या प्रॉक्सी सेटिंग्स सेट है। सो in the proxy, first thing that you have to turn off the interceptor, otherwise वो उसी रिक्वेस्ट पर रुक जाएगा।
सही पकड़े हैं।
तो आप इसको ऑफ कर दोगे, you will go to the options and check the IP address of the interface and the port number. So it is on the same port number and on the local host जहाँ पर browser set है। So now let's see what is repeater. So here we have the repeater. You can send a request to repeater from anywhere in the bob, right? And इसको कट कर देते हैं and this is how it looks. पहले इसमें इंस्पेक्टर का एक ऑप्शन नहीं था, but now in the updated versions इंस्पेक्टर भी यहाँ पर है। For now let's close this one. Let's go to proxy again and let's go to HTTP history to see कि हम लोगों ने ब्राउजर से क्या क्या ब्राउज किया है। Okay, so currently अभी मैंने कुछ भी ब्राउज नहीं किया है, so currently all those Mozilla requests are here. Let's go to browser and let's search for something like google.com and the next tab youtube.com. Let's also search for my site rashahacks.com. Okay, so now I have 3 sites open and let's see the bobsuit. Okay, here you can see we have get request from YouTube and YouTube, so much YouTube, so much Google. There are so many things that is going behind. So yeah, all this traffic from the browser is here, right? I don't see the rashahacks.com request. I think it is cached or something. Maybe उसने cache से उस request को ले लिया because अभी मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले ही उसको browse किया था. So yeah, I think उसने cache से उसको ले लिया because it's on Cloudflare, so वहाँ पर cache enabled है. That's why sometimes वो cache से request ले लेता है. So yeah, the basic thing is that everything that is going in your browser, you can see it in this HTTP history. And let's search for this once again. Okay, now you can see the GET request here, right? Okay, so now if you want to send this request to the repeater, you can just click on this request and right click here and click on this option, send to repeater. Or you can click on this request here and send to repeater. Right? Or what you can do is that you can go to the intercept option and you can turn on the interceptor. You can intercept this request, okay, just this request, rashahacks.com. Click on reload, and once you will click on reload, I will close this inspector option. You will get the request here in the inspector, intercept, right? Now you have to just click on right click and click on send to repeater, or you can do Control R. That also you can do, right? So I prefer the Control R because it's like a shortcut for me.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go to repeater. Let's go to first HTTP history and see that rashahacks.com one request this one, and I will send this request. I will turn off this inspector. Let's send this request to repeater. Okay. Now you can see this repeater. It highlights. Okay, with the orange color. Here, the thing is that if you want to, अगर आपको कोई भी request मैनुअली ट्राई करना है, राइट, लाइक आपको उसके कुछ यहाँ पर पैरामीटर्स मॉडिफाई करने हैं या फिर कुछ हेडर्स मॉडिफाई करने हैं, राइट। समटाइम्स दीज रिक्वेस्ट हैव पैरामीटर्स in case of post request, these have parameters, right? So if you want to modify those parameters, okay, or you want to modify these host headers, okay, HTTP host headers, anything, okay, here, so you can do this manually in the repeater. अदरवाइज आप वहां पर प्रॉक्सी में जाकर के एक एक रिक्वेस्ट को बार बार इंटरसेप्ट करोगे एंड देन यू विल चेंज इट बार बार यू विल फॉरवर्ड इंटरसेप्ट फॉरवर्ड, सो दैट इज लाइक मोर ऑफ अ हेडेक, राइट? But in case of repeater, you can change something here, okay, change any kind of host header, or if you have some parameters here, you can change those parameters and click on send and you will get the response. Okay, it is saying 304 not modified because again I'm saying it's from the cache. Okay, so I will just click on send once again. What is the age here? There is some age parameter, which age, yeah, so the max age is 604,800 seconds, so which is too much. It will not refresh. You can just change any kind of request here in the repeater, right? Like suppose, let me explain one more example.
हम करते हैं प्रबंध, आप चिंता.
So here I have opened Twitter, right? Let's try to sign in and let's try to analyze the requests and responses that जो कि Twitter के through जाते हैं, right? So let's click on sign in and let's analyze the HTTP history also, okay? So here you can see this TWIMG. These hosts are from Twitter, right? So I will click on sign in and you can see there is this post request. मैंने अभी sign in नहीं किया, but again these post requests are from Twitter. And maybe for some other purpose, but ये sign in वाले purpose के लिए अभी नहीं है, right? I will just enter my username, which is this encoded guy, and you can see I have this post request here, okay, with the flow token, these parameters here, right, and the result, text data, and everything. Okay, if I just want to analyze this request in the repeater, I will just hit Control R. Or what I have this request and repeater, the second request right now. Okay. Or what I can do is that I can right click and send to repeater, or you can just click here at this request, send to repeater, right? You will get the third request. Now, you have this, you can change these, this view. Okay. Right now request is at the upper level, response is at the below level. You can change these views from here. You can do it like this or like this, whatever you prefer, right? Now this is encoded guy, and if I will just click on send again, it is saying 400 bad requests. So maybe they have some prevention for this. Flow token is valid for only one request, I think, something like this. I haven't analyzed Twitter, but yeah, I think it works like this. So yeah, you can analyze these things in the repeater, right? Let's go to here again and let's just enter any password. Okay, click on login. I will click on login, and it is saying wrong password here, right? It's saying wrong password. So I will just go to Bubshoot again, analyze the HTTP history. We have one more post request here. All these post requests for sign in are these with this PI 1.1 onboarding task.json. We have another request with the same kind of parameter. And I have the password here also. And I think the flow token here and the flow token here, I think this will match up. This one. Yeah, so these flow tokens are matching, right? So don't know. I'm not familiar with Twitter request handling, but yeah, I think it is working like this. So I will just I will also send this request to repeater. And you can enter some other password and check whether it will work or not. So yeah, again, it is saying wrong password. The code is 399 for this request. The code was also 399. So yeah, you can check the password here, right? So if the password is right, then maybe it will give you the correct response. And this is how we analyze the request and responses. अगर यहाँ पर आप सही password डालते तो वो response में आपको correct code or some right code देता, right? With a good message, right? So this is how we manually analyze requests and repeaters. So what I do for my bug bounty hunting is that
रुको जरा सबर करो.
I go on and surf the website. Okay, मैं सारा उसका पूरा ट्रैफिक देखता हूँ, रिसर्च करता हूँ कि वेबसाइट पे क्या क्या फंक्शनैलिटीज हैं, द साइन इन फंक्शनैलिटीज, फॉरवर्ड पासवर्ड, साइन अप, प्रोफाइल अपडेशन, एवरीथिंग. ओके, फाइल डाउनलोडिंग, एवरीथिंग. एंड देन आई जो भी उसकी रिक्वेस्ट होती है, आई जस्ट सेंड दोज रिक्वेस्ट टू रिपीटर एंड एनालाइज एवरी पैरामीटर एंड एवरी हेडर. Okay, I try to change those headers and try to change every possible parameter, especially the user supplied inputs. Okay, if there are some user supplied inputs, I try to change them and see कि response में क्या चीज reflect हो रही है, right? If something is reflecting in the response and if it is suspicious or some kind of bug like XSS or SQL injection is reflected, then I just write a report, right? So that's how you can go on and try to look at the repeater side. You have this inspector panel also here. what it is, ये है क्या कि यहाँ पर आपके पास request attribute, right? Like you can go to request attribute and see what is the method and everything. Yeah, one more thing. If you want to change the method, if you want to change the method for the request, like right now it is post, right? You want to change this, you can do change request method, and you can change the method, request method, from post to get. Okay, if you want to do this again, it will change up, right? So we'll just go back to the previous flow, and this is how you can change the request method, right? You can also request it in the browser, send the same request to the intruder, sequencer, decoder, comparer, whatever, right? There are some things which are only available in the pro version, which I don't have. I only have the community edition right now. I think you got the point that what is the repeater, right? What you can do here. Try to fetch all the requests which are in your web flow, right? In the website's flow, and send those requests to repeater. And in the repeater, analyze the responses by changing the request little bit. So that's all about the repeater.
Please, whatever.